Well, hello there, my little ice picks, and welcome back to 31 Films of Halloween, Day 6. If you like this video, and obviously you do because you're still watching, bless your heart, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel at Another Scream Queen 76. That's me. So for the next 3 days, I thought I'd do something a little unique. The films I will be talking about all have a person's first and last name in the title. I thought it'd be something a little fun to do. And today, our first one will be Eyes of Laura Mars. And do not ask me if I have read this book. Those of you who know me are probably guessing it's a hard no. But Eyes of Laura Mars was released in 1978. It's directed by Irvin Kershner, who gave us the seminal classic RoboCop 2. Oscar winning. But he also gave us Empire Strikes Back, so he gets a get out of jail free card for that one. The story and screenplay, which are not based off a novel, this is a novelization released at the time of the movie. But the story and screenplay are by this dude. I mean, do I need to introduce him? Y'all ought to know, if you're watching scary movie stuff, who this guy is. But for those of you new to my channel, this is John Carpenter. And of course, he gave us the granddaddy of slasher movies, Halloween. But Eyes of Laura Mars has a really great A-list cast. It has Oscar winners Faye Dunaway and Tommy Lee Jones. It has Brad Dourif, Raul Julia, and a man whose name I'm about to butcher. Lord forgive me. His name is Rene Auberjonois. Auberjonois. It's going to be Auberjonois because I do not know how to pronounce his name. I'm so sorry, Renee. But you're going to be called Renee. Anyway, Faye Dunaway plays Laura Mars. And Laura Mars is a high fashion photographer with a pretty controversial reputation because she depicts images of like violence and murder and mayhem and all kinds of chaos. And on top of dealing with, all of her... there's some chaos going on there. On top of dealing with all her naysayers, she's got deadlines and setbacks and all kinds of crap that goes along with her line of work. Unfortunately, Miss Laura has developed the uncanny and unfortunate ability to see through a serial killer's eyes. Laura, girl, you having a bad day. Do you need a new prescription? Maybe try contacts or something. I don't know what to do about that. That's rough. But on the film opens up for Laura's gallery opening. And unfortunately, the night before that, she chalks it up as a dream, but she had a vision of someone she knows being picked off. And with an ice pick, no less. Right in the eyeballs, like a lobotomy gone bad. I can't talk. So while she's at this gallery opening, the news of this murder travels like wildfire. I mean, it's Laura's like people in high school. And it just so happens that John Neville, played by Tommy Lee Jones, is a police detective, and he has come to check out this gallery because he knows the victim is connected to Laura. And he is investigating not only this crime, but the crimes to come, because there are more murders that happen. And Laura keeps seeing them in her mind's eye, and there's not really much she can do about it. They just come whenever the killer is about to strike. And she's pretty helpless when this happens. She can barely see anything in front of her, so it's almost like she's kind of blind in a way. And there is a myriad of suspects, starting with Tommy Ludlow, played by Brad Dourif. And Tommy is Laura's driver. And Tommy got a bad rep. Boy, done some time in the hoosegow. We interrupt this spooky broadcast to bring you today's lesson in Cornbread 101. The word of the day is Hoosgow, which means prison. More common terms are the pen, the slammer, the joint, and the big house. We thank you for joining us on today's lesson of Cornbread 101, and now resume you to your regularly scheduled spooky broadcast. But he's at heart a nice guy. But Brad Dourif, of course, plays him to his slick, slimy, weaselly best, as Brad Dourif can. And, of course, there is Renee, whose name I cannot pronounce, who plays Donald Phelps, and that is Laura's manager. And let me just talk about this man's hair in this movie. It was just like, whew, girl, it's Aquanet for days. I mean, look at this floof and ploof going on here. I mean, I bet if he shook it, it would shake like a bowl full of Jell-O. I was like, man, who teased that up? But it is 1978, and it's, the era of disco, and the hair is probably going to get bigger because we haven't even gotten to the 1980s yet. So that shit going to get higher and closer to God as time goes on. But our other suspect is Laura's ex-husband, Michael Reisler, and he's played by Raul Julia. And I really, truly wish there were more scenes with Raul Julia in it, particularly after witnessing the two, Laura and Michael, going at it, Raul Julia and Faye Dunaway. I mean, the acting was like impeccable. Like, sparks were flying. I mean, they were just bouncing off each other. I enjoyed the movie, but that scene for some reason stuck out because I was like, man, I wish they had more moments together, or they had at least made another film together. So that part was phenomenal. So we've got all these suspects, of course, and John Neville thinks he's getting closer to finding out who the killer is. And he's really trying to, take Laura's word that she's seeing the murders happen through the killer's eyes. Well, of course, Laura and the detective fall in love. Kiss, 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 hug, hug, hug. All that good stuff. Well, the movie really does a good job of ratcheting out the suspense. It's not a perfect film. In fact, I'll probably just give it 3 3/4 pumpkins. It is of its era, so there are some unnecessary scenes with the fashion models, and it's like some disco music playing in the background. It doesn't seem, it goes on for a little too long. Although I will say, the one highlight is the theme song to this film called Prisoner, which is sung by Barbara Streisand. And Barbara was actually supposed to appear in this movie, but I think one of the producers or something was an ex of hers, and so it was just a lot of friction, and it wasn't going to happen. Too much drama. But this is actually the only film where a song has appeared in a film that Barbara has not. So, with all that being said, again, 3 3/4 pumpkins. And until next time, if you're about to be ice picked, you better make sure you coiffed, fluffed, and lacquered up with some Aqua Net. It might deflect that ice pick armor.